This is Refined Rose back with another video. So my friend called me today to tell me how his Friday went driving his patients from the mental hospital. So it's one particular patient he wanted to talk about, and this is the patient I told you about in one of my other videos that's titled Friends Need Somebody to Talk to Too, something like that. And he was discussing with me about that patient that picked up his bowel movement off the floor at the mental institution and put it inside his pockets. And he said when he was transporting this patient, he had to keep looking in the rearview mirror because this patient was talking to himself and talking to several other people, and he would make the voices of the several other people, the female voice, the child's voice, the other man's voice, just the different voices, and talking back to himself. So my friend said he just had to keep looking in the rearview mirror because he just couldn't believe it. And he said he doesn't know how much longer he's going to be a driver. So the man would talk to the lady, and then he would respond in a lady's voice talking back to him. So when he would fall out laughing, the man, it would be time for the lady to start laughing. So he would laugh in the lady's voice, throwing his head back or cocking his head back, hitting his hands on his thighs, because in the lady's laugh, it was just so funny. And then he said he'd start laughing in the little kid's voice and just tickled to death, bent over, holding his stomach, laughing. And then he'll start laughing in another male's voice. So he said he had to adjust the rearview mirror just to look around. He said he knew it wasn't nobody else in the van, but he just wanted to look around and see, and just to make sure. So he ended up calling me. He called me during this drive, and he was like, "Do you hear that?" And at that time, the man was talking in all these different voices, but I couldn't hear it. I didn't hear anything. I said, "What am I supposed to be hearing?" He said, "What have I told you about my other stories? You know what I do. I'm a driver. So do you hear that?" I'm like, "Oh, your patient's saying or doing something?" He's like, "Yes." I said, "I can't hear anything." So he wanted me to stay on the phone with him until the man was tired. He took a nap. So we got off the phone. It wasn't just because the man was tired and took a nap. My friend had to stop and use the restroom. And so he couldn't hold it anymore. He thought, what better time to go to the restroom while this particular patient is taking a nap. So he stopped the van. He goes and go inside the restroom. The man plays sleep and wait until he get out of sight. Stop, hon. Stop. Sorry. And waits until my friend gets out of his sight. And he goes in the store and he finds something interesting. At least he thought it was interesting, and took a cigarette lighter. So when my friend finally got out of the restroom, the man was in the parking lot walking in circles. And by this time, people were staring at this man walking in circles. So he said, well, people already see him now. He already out of the van. I may as well go ahead and gas up while I'm here. And he said people couldn't even pump their gas straight because they were so busy watching a man walk around in circles playing with his cigarette lighter. So he said he gassed up and he told Mr. So-and-so to come on, it's time to go. Let's get back in the van so we can go. So he said they get in the van, and the man is flicking this cigarette lighter, not making the fire come up out of it, but playing with it, making that flicking sound. He said it felt like eternity listening to that sound. He said he wanted to scream so bad and say, stop playing with that MF and cigarette lighter, but he couldn't say it. He said that sound in his head, it just felt like it was driving him mental. He said because he did it for a long period of time. I said, how long did he do it? Like, how long was the drive? He said he did it a long time. He said he don't even remember how long the drive was. He said, but the way he flicked that cigarette lighter, he said his thumb should have been raw. Man, the stuff that our mind tell us to do, or the stuff that the mind goes through, something drives us to that mental state. Something drives our brain to be like that. Maybe reality causes us to snap, or causes our brain to snap and the brain just checks out, and we just do stuff like that. Again, let's listen to our friends when they need to talk. Let's not be the only ones that are just talking, calling our friends and telling our friends about our day and the stuff we went through in our day, because our friends need somebody to vent to as well. Let's not do all the talking. Sometimes just let that friend do all the talking. And sometimes we don't even need to say anything. Just listen. They just want somebody to listen to them and not interrupt them. Just let them get it off their chest. So if you're ever thinking about being a driver and they pay him really, really good money, and he's saying he don't think he can do it that long, it don't matter how good the money is, just be kind and be compassionate with these people. And it's probably not going to be an easy job because of the stuff you have to deal with mental patients. I say just don't go in it for the money. Go in it because you want to actually help people. You want to actually be in that field to help people, not because they're going to pay you a lot of money an hour to deal with insanity. Well, kings and queens, gentlemen and ladies, if you reached the end of this video, that's great. That's really, really great. And I'm grateful that you were here with me to the end of the video. Bye for now.